Good morning, everyone. It's Lauren from Single Barrel Soaps, and today I am making my Bourbon Barrel Cider Soap. So this soap is a really awesome fall winter soap. Smelling the fragrance oil. It's got some notes of vanilla and nutmeg in there, a little kick, a little bit of the spiciness kind of for the bourbon and the apples scent. It's so good. I'm very excited about this. I haven't restocked this in about a year, so really excited to make this. So let's get started. I'm going to add my lye and water solution to my melted butters and oils, and that's what makes the soap. You can't have soap without lye in it at some point in the process. And I'm going to start mixing this up. And I burped the stick blender, if you can see the bubbles coming up, to try to prevent bubbles coming through into the soap. Burping the stick blender just means that you're tapping the bottom of it to get the bubbles up. And I just want it to be emulsified. So you can tell it's emulsified if you look at the stick blender and nothing's breaking apart. It's all sticking together. And I will be mixing it more once I add in the color. This over. And I'm going to put it into 3 equal... I'll take you out. 3 equal parts. And the bottom part is going to be uncolored. And then the other 2, I'm going to do a nice, really good deep red. And then a copper color for the middle layer. And I'm just guesstimating, of course, making a mess as usual. I just want enough that I can mix the colors in without it going everywhere. And let's see. I'm going to scrape these out equally. That's probably going to be the bottom layer because it has the most. I'm going to put these 2 to the side. Well, actually, let's do all the colors first. Okay, I'm looking at these, and I know it's going to be a little tricky to mix all these without spilling. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit, pour it in there. Good. And then this one, let's see, let's just put it all. So this will be my red layer. Actually, that'll just be my copper layer. And just do, there we go. Okay. Thought I would have had enough room with all these containers, but I didn't. And instead of making a huge mess, this is better. Okay. So, this is our bottom layer, and I am just going to pour a little bit of the fragrance oil in this and pour the bottom layer in. This fragrance oil does accelerate a little bit, if I remember correctly, which I think I do. So it should be thick enough to pour the other layers on top without breakage when I'm ready for them. So I'm going to mix that in with my stick blender a little bit. So put this in slowly, carefully. You're going to spill over, aren't you? Yep. So I'm burping this, just tapping it on the bottom to get the bubbles to come up. And I'm just going to do a really see, there were still some bubbles in there. already thickened up a ton, and I really didn't mix it that much. So, I'm gonna grab my spatula. I'll stir it up, make sure everything is nice and incorporated. I know I did it with the stick blender, but I wasn't able to get everything mixed in as much as I'd like to normally because of how full my container is. All right. And pour it down. All right, I'm gonna scrape this out and tap it on the floor, and then I'll be back to mix in the rest of the colors. Okay, we're back, and for the largest layer, the middle layer, I'm gonna be using Copper Sparkle Mica from Bramble Berry. And this I'm gonna do a decent amount of color in. If you've watched my videos before, you know I just kind of guesstimate on the color, but I've been doing this long enough, I feel confident in the amount that I put in. It's starting to thicken up, which is perfect. This is completely set up, and it's literally been maybe 3 minutes if I'm being generous since I poured the other layer. All right, so I don't think I need my spatula to kind of soften the landing. Yep, nope. So I'm just gonna slowly pour this. You can see the soap in my bucket's already thickening up. All right, we're back for the last layer. Now this, I'm pretty sure if it's called tomato something. This is from when Mad Micas was still Mad Oils. This is a really old one, but I love this color. So I'm just gonna pour this on top. I'll mix that in a little bit, and then I'll add the fragrance oil and get to pouring. Okay, we're back. Texture the top. And I'm just using a pipette. I want a little thicker lines. Yeah. This is one of the few designs I don't think I've really changed. It just works perfectly, and honestly, this soap, even with texturing, and I've already cleaned up my area, it's taking about 15 minutes to make from start to finish, and that never happens, especially with a layered design. I usually have to wait for things to set up, and nope, this is perfect. So I think sometimes if you plan your design and you know like a fragrance oil accelerates or your recipe is going to accelerate, it's a really good thing. You just need to be prepared for it. I'm just pulling stuff from the side. It's not usually what happens with me though. Usually I have a very intricate design planned and it's not gonna work out. So this is always a good one to make. I forgot how much I enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna spray this with rubbing alcohol, clean up the edges, and I'll bring you guys in for a close-up. Hi everyone, we are back 24 hours later to cut bourbon barrel cider, and I'm really excited. I can see by the sides, it looks like I did a good job. Let's hope. All right, this is down. I just have it so I get the edge so I get a little sample piece. This should be relatively easy to cut. Okay, I love when I say that. Ooh, awesome. That is exactly what I wanted. And I actually think I matched all the colors that I had originally used. When I made this, I couldn't find the original recipe sheet that tells me what colors I use. I knew what fragrance, but I couldn't find that. So I just had to try to remember, and I nailed it. And I'm really excited. These layers turned out pretty dang good. All right, I will fast forward through this since this design is pretty much the same for every bar, and I will come back when it's time to stamp. Hi everyone, we're back and it's time to stamp soap. So I'm testing out, I start with my little mini stamp and I try it on my sample soaps first to see how hard I have to press on the stamp. So I spray the stamp with 91% rubbing alcohol, put it in the middle, I very gently press down, and then I slightly move it in a circle to make sure that I get an indent all the way around. And there you go. And I had to do decently hard pressure to get that. I'm gonna try another one a little bit harder, so I press straight down and go around the edges. And pretty good. So now I know what pressure. I'm gonna finish up with my little sample ones, and I'm gonna go through and stamp all the rest. And I'll speed this part up a little bit. Okay, these guys are all done. Everyone is all stamped and ready to head to the curing rack. This is actually one of my really favorite fragrances. I don't know why I don't make these or restock them more often, but I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think down below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.